In today's video, we're going over 4 newly announced PlayStation 4 titles, including a horror game, a grand strategy title, a gorgeous 2D platformer, and a very interesting puzzle game. Also, can a Demon Souls remaster happen? Hidetaka Miyazaki says it can if Sony allows it. Also, the Anthem demo will be kicking off very soon, January 25th for you guys that pre-order the game and have access to the VIP demo, and then February 1st it goes open to everyone, but right now you can preload the demo. And I also want to take a look at some fantastic game deals that are available right now, including if you want to pick up Resident Evil 2 digitally, you can get a little bit of a discount on that. More on that at the end of this video. First, let's go over all of these newly announced PlayStation 4 titles, and a lot of these are gonna fall through the cracks, so I want to give them the justice they deserve. First up, we have Canarium for PlayStation 4. This game came out on PC back in June of 2018, and it's a Lovecraftian horror title developed by Zoetrope Interactive, and here's the description about the game. Canarium is a chilling Lovecraftian game that follows the gripping story of 4 scientists and their endeavor to challenge what we normally consider to be absolute limits of nature. Inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's novella At the Mountains of Madness, but largely set after the original story. You as Frank Gilman open your eyes inside a room filled with strange pulsating noises. Patterns of lights executing a dance macabre on the walls is presented by a queer device on the table. Having recalled nothing other than you're in about an entratic base located near the South Pole, you find the place deserted and you have a distinct feeling of something being terribly wrong. Somehow knowing that your memories cannot guide you enforces a strange feeling of vulnerability, a familiar yet alien sensation of being part of a peculiar whole. Soon you will discover that having used the device during the expedition, you have died, but then returns subtly changed. Speaking of strange memories and of strange places, you have lost something important or gained something sinister. So it's a pretty gripping story from that description, and the game touts a deep and suspense-filled Lovecraftian story with lots of secrets and Easter eggs, ominous but wonderful graphics created with Unreal Engine 4, multiple endings, and a haunting and atmospheric soundtrack. Next up, the very popular PC strategy title Stellaris is coming to the PlayStation 4 as well. This was done by Paradox Interactive, and Stellaris has you explore a vast galaxy of wonder. Paradox Development Studio, makers of the Crusader Kings and Europa series, presents Stellaris, an evolution of the grand strategy genre with space exploration at its core. Again, this is a game that's been out on PC and it's been received very well. Very exciting to see it make a transition over to the PlayStation 4. I don't know how strongly it's going to be received on the PS4 because these games generally aren't associated with console gaming, but hopefully they can get the controls ironed out on a DualShock 4 controller. The game is currently sitting at a 78 on Metacritic, which is pretty respectable, but the main issue here is it making the transition over to the PlayStation 4. We'll see how it turns out. Pre-orders are live right now. You can get the standard edition for $39.99 and the deluxe edition is available for $59.99. The game will drop on February 26th. Next up, we have a gorgeous platformer that's coming to the PS4 in 2019 in Unruly Heroes. Unruly Heroes is a 2D platformer inspired by the Chinese classic Journey to the West and developed by Montepeller Base. Unruly Heroes is a 2D platformer inspired by the Chinese classic Journey to the West and developed by Magic Design Studios. Magic Design Studio staff consists of former Ubisoft developers, and now they are working on Unruly Heroes, which has already been released on the Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait sometime later in 2019 to get it on the PS4. Here's the description of Unruly Heroes. The sacred scroll preserving harmony in our world has been torn up and scattered to the winds. Now strange and terrifying creatures are sowing discord and chaos throughout the land. Sanzang the wise, Wukong the fearless monkey, Keong the greedy pig, and San Monk the sensitive brute. On their journey westward, they will travel the fantastic world to gather the pieces of the scroll and fight an army of evil creatures, or they'll try anyway. Experience the Legend of the Monkey King solo or cooperatively with up to 4 players in local play, so that's great. Looks like it is local play only, online play isn't specified. You'll be able to master the combined strength of 4 different heroes by learning to use the best one for each new encounter and challenge. Test your reflexes against an assortment of challenging enemies and intimidating bosses. Possess your enemies to harness their strengths and abilities. Explore different worlds spanning a colorful fantasy universe, solving puzzles and overcoming unexpected obstacles. Immerse yourself in spectacular art, animation, and sound, and you'll be able to fight against your friends in local or online player versus player. Again, Unruly Heroes is out right now for pretty much every other platform except for the PlayStation 4. It comes to the PS4 sometime later in 2019. And lastly, Playlink puzzler Melbit's World is launching on the PlayStation 4 on February 5th. Melbit's World is a co-op puzzle platformer where coordination is key. Team up and use your phone as a controller to collect and guide these characters through many challenging levels. It's launching on February 5th. Melbits themselves are described as cheerful creatures that live inside everything that is connected. Phones, tablets, PCs, consoles. Melbit's mission is to keep internet's good vibes so it can keep on working. They neutralize the evil viruses that cause everything digital to malfunction. Since internet needs more Melbits than ever, it's the player's duty to grow the small community that lives inside their PS4. So this is a very charming puzzle title. Could be something interesting to check out. It touts 36 different levels of challenges, and again, Melbits World is dropping February 5th. Moving on from that, I know a lot of you guys are still clamoring for Souls. After the release of Dark Souls 3, From Software stepped away from that franchise. Currently, they are working on Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. However, in a brand new interview with Game Informer, Hidetaka Miyazaki talked about the potential of a Demon Souls remaster. Quote, "It's like when you write. When you're younger, you look back on previous work and think, oh goodness, what was I thinking? It's not that I'm embarrassed, I just don't like to look at my previous work." And then he'd continue by saying, as far as a remaster goes, you have to talk to Sony. And also, speaking of another studio taking over Demon Souls, here's what he said. Quote, "If it was a studio that really loved the original work and really put their heart and soul into realizing it again, then that's something I would enjoy. But it's really complicated because I have these fond memories. Thinking about the idea of a remaster gives me kind of butterflies in my stomach and makes me a little nervous. So it's complicated, but I understand there are many users and many players and fans out there who really love Demons. So if that's something they could accomplish with a studio that loved the work, then yeah, I'd be okay with that." As far as what Sony thinks, I'm sure a Demon Souls remaster would make a ton of money, so I'm sure Sony would be okay with that. And Sony even went to Bluepoint Games to remake Shadow of the Colossus. Why not go back to Bluepoint once again and remake Demon Souls? That would do incredibly well on the PlayStation 4. And that's a game I think if it was a full-on and great remake, you could release it at $60. Would I love to see it at a $60 release? No. But I do know how iconic of a game Demon Souls is, and so many gamers would love to go back and play through that game again. It's also a game that a lot of gamers missed out on because it was a PlayStation 3 exclusive. Maybe you were a 360 guy last generation and Demon Souls was a game you just never got to play. Well, a remaster or a remake on the PlayStation 4, that would be awesome. Moving on from that, the Anthem demo will be kicking off very soon, January 25th. For those of you with VIP access, remember to get VIP access on the PlayStation 4. Your only option is to either pre-order the game or to get an invite from someone that pre-ordered the game. Otherwise, you can wait until the public demo on February 1st. However, right now, you can preload the demo. And it is just 25 gigabytes, so give that a preload. Not too big of a download, but I'm sure the final game will be a lot bigger, and especially after they continue to update this game. My anticipation for Anthem is increasing little by little as we get closer to the release. I have to see the demo and see how that turns out, as that's going to be a big selling point for a lot of people, but this is going to be one of the most important game releases of the year. BioWare's reputation is on the line. EA is on the line because EA is just one of the most hated publishers right now after things like Battlefield 5, Star Wars Battlefront. To get EA back in the good graces as much as you can, you really need Anthem to be a slam dunk success. And we'll see how it turns out. Again, VIP access January 25th, open access for everyone on February 1st. Lastly, I want to go over some great PlayStation 4 game deals right now. Green Man Gaming has got the Resident Evil 2 Remake, 7% off for a digital code. You can get that for $55.79. Whenever you can get a digital code for a game a little bit cheaper ahead of its release, hey, that's a great deal. Not a significant discount, but $55.79 for Resident Evil 2. I believe keys are going out right now, so if you pre-purchase it right now, you'll get your key, and you'll be good to go come January 25th. Also, a couple of other great deals. Shadow of the Tomb Raider Croft Steelbook Edition is available for $44.99 over at GameStop. This includes Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the base game, and the season pass. So $45 comparatively speaking to the standard game being available for $35. Yes, it's a little bit more expensive, but you get a ton of extra content and a bunch of other stuff. That was one of my main criticisms with Shadow of the Tomb Raider, with the fact that the season pass just had so much content in it. But hey, at least now you can get the Croft Steelbook Edition a lot cheaper. Initially, this released at $89.99 all the way down to $45. And lastly, Kingdom Come Deliverance is also available over at Best Buy for $19.99. GCU subscribers will get it for $15.99. I believe this is the cheapest I've seen KCD for on PS4, and this is a great deal. Kingdom Come Deliverance is a very good historical RPG. Had some issues at launch from a technical standpoint, but a lot of that has been remedied. If you want to get a quality RPG to get invested into, Kingdom Come Deliverance is a good buy, especially at this price of $20. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, we got a bunch of new PlayStation 4 games coming. Canarium, a Lovecraftian horror game, will be dropping February 12th. Grand strategy title in Stellaris is coming February 26th. A Demon Souls remaster can happen. The ball is in Sony's court right now. Preloading for the Anthem demo is live right now. And again, great deals on the RE2 remake, a digital code for that. Shadow of the Tomb Raider Croft Steelbook Edition, and KCD. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.